Hi there. So we're here with Sherri. She's a client who just came out to the store, and this is a set she bought. So I want to play it for you so you can hear what it sounds like, and then I'll explain how we play this one. The store, I always make sure when you go home you know exactly what you're doing, how to play. So anytime you have any questions, just go ahead and ask. So with this set, what we did was we found the low bowl that she loved, and this was the bowl. So in this video, I'm basically explaining to Sherri how to use her bowls, how to play her bowls, and then you can listen to it, decide, do you like this set or do you want other notes, different sounds. So when I come here, usually when I start a sound bath, let me back up for a minute, because that's what you're aiming towards is the sound bath. I just play my drone first for a while, okay? I've done other preparation like we talked about with your hand drum, bringing their beat down, their heartbeat down, calming them, taking the ocean drum right here. Playing back for a few minutes. We want to get the people calm down, have them, oops, hang on for 1 second. There we go. We want to calm them down first, get them out of their mind chatter, and then I myself like to just start with one long drone. There's so many different ways, but as a beginner, this is a nice way to start, okay? If you want, when you first do your first sound bath, you may be so nervous. It's like, I can't do anything, I'm so scared. Just play that for 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Let it fade into silence. Then bring in your next bowl. Let it fade into silence. Bring in your next bowl. Now, something I forgot to tell you is before you do a sound bath at the beginning, you let everybody know that there are going to be periods of silence in your sound bath. And at the very end of the sound bath, it's going to be silent as well. And you want them to enjoy that silence, embrace it, and that you will use your words to tell them when it's over. Otherwise, at the end or in the middle when they hear silence, they might be going, should I sit up? Is it over? And then their experience is ruined. Okay? So one way you can do it is just 3 minutes on each note, going all the way up the scale, all the way back the scale, and you're done, okay? But when you want to start combining them, that's when real magic happens. So I like to start just setting the tone, and then coming here. And just drone, because the whole idea is we want to have no startle. We want them to just get totally lost. I've got your big bowl on the left because I tend to keep that one going most of the time, and this one's doing fancy things around. Right. So my dominant hand gets to go around. Now I've got these two going. I want to build this up more. I'm going to come here to my C. So I'm still building, I'm building a chord is what we call it in music. Maybe 3 minutes with just these three, or 4, I used to say 4. And then I might add the other G sharp and continue just washing them with these. And so for like 5 minutes, we are just totally going away. And what's happening now, their nervous system is just floating away, just going to Zen land, okay? Because there's no changes. Let it go, pull right out, go into silence. If it's like, wait a minute, I want a bit more of this, I like that, but I want a bit more, just give that little once around, pull it up. Ooh, let's have a bit of the high. See how that elevates you? The quieter you can play, the more impact you can have on a person, because they're really pulled inwards. They have to shut out the outer world to hear the sounds. I let that go into quiet. Now I'm going to move up to here, which is creating what we call a perfect fifth. Now, see how wide my arms are spread on the table? I don't need to go all the way around. You need to go around once to get it singing, but once it's singing, you can do this. So I don't know if you noticed, you'll see in the video, my shoulders came right down and relaxed now. Okay? So this is that D sharp. So now, after a couple minutes of this, I can now repeat that high D. After a while, add the F. Going F, D sharp. Hear that effect going ba-da, ba-da, opening up, giving you that safety. Now if I go just to my C, more opening, expanding, without this note here. Feel that elevation. And just these two C's with here, that's really lifting them up. And then if I want to resolve this, bring them down to closure. And again, like I'm going very fast for the sake of the video, but you would do lots of silence in between. So like, you're like, is that bowl still singing or not? And letting going right out, okay? You've got the practitioner wand. So right now we have the blue stones in. We can change to any gemstone you want. You can do that yourself, taking that off. So now if you want, you've got this, you can take it around the room, dance with it. You can do it over people's bodies, okay? If you want, with your wand, you can get this singing. Send it around, because when you do motion like this, you're sending it rather than having it static in one place. People are on Shavasana, you can go over their bodies. If you're doing that, walking around the room, I would use this, because then you can just go over. And I never tap over a person's body. I tap it further away. Because as we talked before, when you tap, you startle the nervous system. So if you're going to tap, it's at the beginning of the class to stop them from the chatter. Near the end of the class, if it's a very quiet tap, to wake them up. But no, because you don't want to like what just happened. And I've had that where I've jumped out of my skin, literally the hands flail. And I've had a couple times where the practitioner didn't even notice, and that's what you have to watch. Because they did it repeatedly, and they never clued into my body going, wah. So it's all soothing. Now, something else I like to do, tapping, either at the very beginning or when I want to start waking them up. So what I did was on pieces of paper, let me just show you. I have the note names of every bowl. And so one pattern I really liked was this pattern. So what I did was on this paper and this one, I'm going to call this my circle pattern. So I did a circle with the number 1s in it. And then on these 2 bowls, have circle number 2. So because as soon as you start into a sand bath, either you're really, really nervous or you're so zenned out. Okay? You might be in the middle, but usually it's one of those two. And when you're like zenned out, it's like, oh, I forget what I was going to play. And you don't want to hit something that sounds weird. Right. Okay? You can fake it and make it sound better, but it'd be better nice. So now I would do this really, really slow and really, really quiet with the bunnies. And then I would do this for like 3-4 minutes again, because I want the body to let go totally, not worry about what's coming next. But now, when I was setting up, I realized that after a while of this, oh, I like that. So I put a circle 1 and wrote bonus. So I'll start with this. And then come into this pattern. Then another pattern that I liked was number 2. So I did a triangle. And my triangles, so look here, these are the 2 triangles and they have number 2 in it. Triangle number 1, triangle number 1. So I love that. That's kind of mysterious, questioning. And I might put a pattern in there. Again, repeating this a lot, like several minutes. Play with my dynamics, so bring it as quiet as I can go. So you notice I hold the mallets this way, and it's sort of like this finger is just kind of giving it a nudge. I'm not hitting it. Some people I see, they'll come, non-musicians, this is all new to you, so you don't know, and they're like, you know, hitting. We don't want to hit, we want to just very gently. And then when I'm finishing my bath, I personally like to come back to my drone and go through these 3 notes. Even if it's just going to be 30 seconds, I want to give my clients a feeling of grounding, of pulling them back home. And then stay down here. So like maybe 30 seconds, but then down here, spend like 3 minutes. And then at the end of your sound bath, let them fade into pure silence. Then let them have about 3 minutes of pure silence, where they're just feeling their body, sensing their body. And then always remember, then say however you want to wake them up, or move on to another instrument. You said you had a flute. People who I've done sound baths love the flute. That's a great way to wake them up. Okay, so then maybe after that silence, transition to your flute. Play your flute for a few minutes. Okay, and then again, quiet. and then slowly wake up, whether you're doing the wake up by washing your body, wash your face, wiggle your toes, however it is you want to wake them up. Okay? Any questions?
Or you said there was one you could tap, just a little tap at the end, so they know it's time, it's over.
Oh, I use my words. You can use anything if you want to tap, absolutely, but make sure you use your words, because if you had pure silence and then you decided to use this as your signal and they just heard this, they may think you're going on to something else, that we're continuing. So you could use this and go, taking a deep breath and let out a big sigh. Ooh, I hit that too loud for my liking. Okay, and you can use that, but use your words, because we've had many a sound bath ruined by going, okay, was that over? Are we supposed to sit up or not? And the practitioner sat there for like 5-10 minutes, not saying a thing. And some people were literally lying there like we're watching our clocks and, oh, this is 10 minutes. They still haven't gotten up and she's still not doing anything. Okay, so you can use sounds. Some people will use the tinctures, ding. And they'll tell the people at the end, you'll hear 3 ding, ding, dings. That will be your signal to wake up.
Right.
But personally, I like, you can use the sound, but use your words too.
Okay. And
that way they can just relax, enjoy it. And then when they come back, they're so zenned up. You know, they're not in their mind and they're not thinking.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other questions?
I don't think so. Do you have any questions?
No? All right. So for those of you who made to the end of this video, if you can't make it to our store, I still make videos for people when they buy a large set of bowls or whatever size set you want. I'd be happy to make a video for you to show you how to use your bowls, how to put them all together. And on that note, have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.